Obviously, you haven't heard the Cub bark. Welcome to Mornings on Main Street, Clarksville. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. So glad you decided to stop by today. Coming up, learn how you can rediscover your roots with Still Magnolias, rediscover the fantasy through Richard O'Brien's The Rocky Horror Picture Show, or even rediscovering the holidays with Tiny Tim's Christmas Carol. What am I speaking of? I'm talking about the 41st season of the Roxy Theatre. Coming up, hear from General Director Emily Ruck on how special this season is, and again, what you may be able to rediscover by checking out one of the performances in the coming months. I cannot wait to share this interview with you, so stick around. After that, we sit down with Erin Yow from the Clarksville Area Chamber of Commerce to learn about Clarksville Young Professionals and how this group is helping those 40 and younger network and build their portfolio. She'll have so much information for us on how you can get involved if you would like to be part of Clarksville Young Professionals. After that, we're heading over to the Wilson County, Tennessee State Fair. Again, it is State Fair time, and there is so much to learn about the state of Tennessee by checking out the fair before it ends on Saturday. We get to learn all about the 4-H youth development, and let me share with you, you do have some 4-Hers in the Montgomery County area doing some phenomenal things in that club. So stick with us for that interview as well. You'll also get to hear from Brady McAtamney in our Sports Minute. But first, reporter Cheri Reeves shares with us what's making the wrap this week.
This is the wrap for the August 24th edition of Main Street Clarksville. We have coverage of last week's change of command ceremony held at Fort Campbell. Colonel Andrew Jordan relinquished command of U.S. Army Garrison Fort Campbell to Colonel Christopher Midbury. Last week, a Clarksville teenager was killed tragically in a motorcycle wreck on Wilma Rudolph Boulevard. Joseph Cook, age 19, died in that crash. On Saturday, the third annual Women of Clarksville Expo took place with exhibits featuring better ways to eat, to cook, to shop, and to exercise. The event shared unique methods of learning more about women's health issues all around. And finally, a 91-year-old Clarksville veteran has taken to the skies, revisiting his 900-plus parachute jumps he took back in his days in the military, both at Fort Campbell and abroad. This time, Chuck Martin jumped with a modern tandem skydiving expedition over Murfreesboro. Martin called this his one last jump. He had taken more than 900 jumps in his career that began at Fort Campbell in 1950 when he came to Clarksville with the 11th Airborne Division. Martin said he had jumped in 15 states plus Japan, Beirut, Germany, and Panama. Let's just watch. Good for him. Congratulations to Chuck. And that's the wrap. I'm Cheri Reeves, Main Street, Clarksville.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
They said I wouldn't make it without a college degree.
They said only a man could be a roofing executive.
They said a former addict always relapses.
They said my amputation would keep me out of roofing.
They said never give an ex-convict a second chance.
They said I could never be a leader.
They said I couldn't support my family as a single mom.
At Rackley, we say they're wrong.
Want to change the world? Change it, one roof at a time.
Welcome back. The Roxy Theatre, or what you all know as the Roxy Theatre in downtown Clarksville, started off back in 1913 as the Lillian, which was a movie location for people to go out and see entertainment that way. But then in 1983 became the Roxy. Well, the Roxy now getting ready for their 41st season of stage presentations. And again, they do such beautiful work. To tell us all about this 41st season, we have the general director with us. We have Emily Ruck. Yes. Emily, thank you so much for your time.
Of course. Thank you for sitting down.
And I have to say, how cool is this? What's happening, what's on stage right now is still Magnolias, and we're on the couch here for what would be Truvy's.
Yes, Truvy's Beauty Spot.
Yes, if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
So, Emily, first off, how is your new position going? How is this going for you?
I think dare I say, going well. Now I feel like I need to knock on wood. Thank God I'm surrounded by it. No, I think it's going well. You know, the season opened up August 3rd. We of course opening with Steel Magnolias kind of felt like a no-brainer. It's a piece that's near and dear to my heart. I was actually in it when we did it 6 years ago here, and you know, it's just one of those things that is Southern women, strong Southern women, and everyone loves it. But so, you know, it's gotten a strong start to season 41. So I think that has made my job a little easier, just a little bit. Also having a great staff supporting me 100%. I couldn't do it without them. You know, whether they're talking me off a ledge or helping me unload the car from a trip to Sam's or Lowe's or whatever. But yeah, it's going great, you know, and we're just trucking on ahead.
What can we expect with this 41st season? Because you do have a lot happening. Let me go ahead and mention now, the Roxy has a lot going on, as you know, as soon you'll be kind of vacating the space for work to be done. And we'll get to that in a moment. Yeah. So what can we as attendees expect from you this season?
So we're trying to, and not jumping ahead, but slightly jumping ahead, in preparation for the Performing Arts Center that will be built soon. For this season, I wanted to try and gear more towards that. So in the past, you know, the Roxy's done anywhere from 18 to 20 to 14 shows a season, and that's a lot. But with the Performing Arts Center, we'll be the anchor tenants, but we won't be the only ones using it. So we're going to have to par back on that. So this season, there's only 10 shows. Okay. And 2 of them are actually running at the same time, which allows for outside users and outside events and stuff. But so as far as the 41st season goes, we have Steel Magnolias now, then Rocky Horror is coming back for the 11th annual season year in October. Then Christmas is Tiny Tim's Christmas Carol, which is a fun play on Christmas Carol from the viewpoint of Tiny Tim, as if he's the one that made everything happen to Scrooge to get his dad the day off. So it's really cute. Then the Vagina Monologues in January.
Which I mean, you have to. If you have not made a trip out here to see the Vagina Monologues, they do a phenomenal job.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the 21st year. So it's huge. And, you know, something... It still kind of shocks me that it's been going for 21 years in Clarksville, but I love it. I've done it numerous times, and we're going to do it on the main stage this year.
And not upstairs.
And then we're going to try and, I say this and then we'll find out it can't be done, but we're going to try and take out some of the red velvet seats to like throw in, you know, a couch or an armchair or a lazy boy to make it more of like a kind of club vibe esque. Yeah.
So when will you exit the Roxy building to let them get going on the work that needs to be done? And I also want to ask, you know, this holds a lot of history. This for those in this area and for those who have visited. I mean, this has been a center stone for entertainment since '83, and again before that being the Lillian. I know there's been a couple of fires in here, but how do you hold on to that history as you move with the times?
Yeah, so we, as of right now, the current plan, ever changing, 9 to 5 will be our last show in the space.
Okay.
And so that closes June 29th of 2024. So the plan at this moment is that then come July, we will be vacating, getting all of our stuff that we hold near and dear to our hearts, even some things we don't, and getting them out of the space and moving over to the customs house. Okay. So we're still figuring out what that looks like because there's a lot in here. But then construction is supposed to begin on the Performing Arts Center. Brad Martin is the architect, and he has done a tremendous job with the sketches for what this is going to look like, and he's very keen on keeping the history and all of the historic elements, you know, the whole front facade.
So the marquee will stay.
The marquee will stay.
That's the big question, I think, for so many, because we love that front facade area.
Yeah, the front will stay, the marquee will stay, the yellow bricks will stay, as much as they can. And then even the front lobby, the terrazzo area, he's going to try and save and refurbish as well to bring it back to its former glory. I mean, it's going to be incredible. I mean, we have about 160 seats in here right now, and it's going to 500. So, and then there'll be a flex space as well on the 3rd floor that has about 160 seats. But it's going to be a huge transformation, for sure.
Oh, we can't wait. We can't wait. You know, I could really sit here with Emily and make this our own 30-minute segment what we have going on. For people who have not yet made it out to the Roxy, and I'm sure it's got to be far and few between, what would you like to share with them about the productions that happen here, the work that goes into getting the shows that you put on? What can you say to them to encourage people to come out? Because you guys, all ages, this is just an incredible spot to visit.
It really is, and it's... to me, even from the first show that I came and saw here, which was Marvelous Wonderettes in 2013, you know, I've been to a lot of theaters. I've seen a lot of shows. I've seen Broadway. I've seen regional. I've seen community. I've seen high school.
And your background, because your background is pretty extensive too when it comes to stage performances.
Yeah. I grew up training to be a dancer, a ballerina. And so I did, you know, ballets growing up. I've done more nutcrackers than I want to count. And then got into theater and went to school for that and worked in New York selling tickets and all of that. So I've seen my fair share of shows. And the things, especially knowing this space, all challenges and beautiful things about it, the things that are able to be accomplished on this stage are mind-blowing. Truly, because, you know, we have lights from, I mean, dare I say the 80s? I don't know, like the bulbs are barely being made anymore because that's how old they are. And, you know, the stage, we don't necessarily have, you know, a curtain that opens and closes and all of that stuff. But the magic that is created on this stage, it's really like once in a lifetime opportunity. Yeah. And, you know, I'm very much obviously looking forward to the new space and updated lighting and all of that. But, I mean, this is the last time shows will be done like this in this space. So that's something that I think is just, as we, you know, we get busy and bogged down and what's next and everything else, but it's something that I think we're all trying to take a moment and appreciate because as of now, come end of June, that's it for this space as it is.
Right. Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you'd want to share? I figure we've covered kind of the gamut to let you know what's happening here.
Not that I can think of.
Such a treat, such a pleasure. Cannot wait to see just all the productions that we can in the Roxy as it is.
Yes.
And follow you to the Customs House. And then, of course, after that, what is to come? It's going to be beautiful. Thank you so much. We wish you the best of luck this season. The 41st season happening right now at the Roxy Theatre here in downtown Clarksville. Please go ahead and make your way out to see one of those productions. You will not regret it. They have some phenomenal actors and actresses that are here on the stage. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We're not quite done with you yet. We'll be right back.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
There's a lot to consider when it comes to choosing a Medicare plan. That's where Health Markets Insurance Agency can help. Independent licensed insurance agents who work with Health Markets can answer your questions about the different parts of Medicare, when you can enroll, benefits, costs, and more. Speak to a local licensed insurance agent today to get started on your Medicare journey.
Y'all, I'm serious right now. They have a dragon here. I saw it.
Get out of here.
Come on, I'll show you.
Wait up.
Whoa! I told you so. That is a dragon.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street. If you're 40 and under and you're an entrepreneur out there, you're trying to get a business or just trying to learn more, how do you do that? There are ways to network. There are opportunities out there. To tell us about what's happening here in Clarksville, Montgomery County, we have the chair of Clarksville Young Professionals with Chamber of Commerce. We have Erin Yow with us. She's going to tell us how we can network if we're in that age range. First off, Erin, thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
You know, it is so hard to get your information out there, to network with others. It can be intimidating. How does this group make it possible and in a comfortable setting?
Yeah, so the Chamber of Commerce provides tons of networking opportunities. And I actually became a part of Clarksville Young Professionals through the Chamber of Commerce. I just happened to see an advertisement from their website about a young professionals organization that was meeting. Mm-hmm. So I went to my first meeting a few years ago, and it was actually really great. I got to hear from Antonio Murgis and learn about how he started in his line of work with Domino's and how he started, just by making pizzas, and then he grew and started buying Domino's pizza. Mm-hmm. And so we really got to hear kind of like his success story. It was very inspiring, very, very fun. And I just kept going and kept learning. And last year, Miss Melinda asked me if I would be interested in chairing the Clarksville Young Professionals. So I thought, sure, why not? Let's do this. So it's just a super fun networking opportunity mm-hmm. through the Chamber of Commerce to come in and network with other young professionals in a more low stress environment. So you're all sitting down, having lunch together, and then hearing from an incredible speaker about either an opportunity within our community or a way that you can learn and grow your business.
What I love is that you've been through this yourself. So you've seen the benefits. What are others seeing? What have you noticed or what have you heard?
So one thing that happened last year that I was really excited about is we did a few field trips and we got to go into different aspects of our community. So one of the things that we did was we went into the Clarksville Customs House Museum, and there was a group of 30 of us who got to go to the Customs House Museum. And out of that 30, there were only 3 of us who had ever been in the museum before.
Seriously?
3 people. I couldn't believe it. So it's such an incredible space that we have in our community, something that other cities don't have. It's full of just a rich history, and they do a wonderful job of curating just incredible exhibits. Mm-hmm. And so to be able to bring a whole group of people into the Customs House Museum so they can see it and experience it mm-hmm. was an incredible opportunity, something that I'm really excited about. And everybody loved it. Everybody really, really enjoyed it.
What are they, or I guess, what are you able to learn? Like, what sort of speakers do you have coming in the near future that young professionals in our area, who they can learn from?
Yes. So one thing I'm excited about for this year specifically is that we're partnering with the College of Business at APSU, and they're actually coming in to speak to us about a few topics that are really exciting for young professionals. One of which is in October, they're going to be teaching us about how to utilize ChatGPT for our business. So that's really exciting. We're also going to be talking about, throughout the year, we're going to be talking about workplace culture, how to network and market yourself. All of those are really exciting topics, and to hear from people who are experts in the field will be really exciting.
How can people reach out to you if they would like to get more information?
Yes, so all of the information for Clarksville Young Professionals is on the Chamber's website. So you can go to the Clarksville Area Tennessee Chamber, and all of those meetings are listed online. You can find all of our future events and everything like that. The information to become a member is all on the website, and you're even able to pay your dues that way as well.
Erin, thank you so much for letting us in on Clarksville Young Professionals. If you're in the area, be sure to check that out. We appreciate Erin Yow, who is the chair of the Clarksville Young Professionals through the Chamber of Commerce. We just appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Stick with us here on Mornings on Main Street. We have more coming up right after this.
As a busy mom juggling family, errands, and everything life throws at me, I try my best to be environmentally conscious. So of course, I buy flushable wipes thinking I'm doing the right thing. But it turns out flushable wipes aren't actually flushable. I found out the hard way when flushable wipes caused a clog and flooded my house with sewage. It ended up costing me thousands of dollars in damage and a big headache with the insurance company. It's safe to say our family will never flush a flushable wipe again, and instead put them where they belong, in the trash.
Well, as I mentioned at the top of the show, 4-H Youth Development is all about making the best better. To tell us more about the programs and what they have to offer and what students are learning, we have Justin Crowe with us. He is the director and also is the one that develops the youth programs. Justin, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. How do kids really get that hands-on learning to learn what they would need, I guess, in the agriculture industry?
Sure. So the heart of our program begins in our counties. We have 95 counties across Tennessee, and we have an extension office in every single county through UT and TSU Extension. And so locally, in most cases, a county 4-H agent or a volunteer go out to a school. They talk about 4-H starting in the 4th grade, get young people excited. They join 4-H, and then the rest, as they say, is history. So young people get a start as early as 9 years old, and not just in schools. We have community groups, we have after-school programs, project groups in 29 different projects we offer. So if a young person is 9 years old and they think, you know, I'm interested in food, or I'm interested in dairy projects or swine, the world is wide open for them through 4-H.
You know, some of these students may say, go home and say, you know, I want to be a part of this, but mom or dad or a guardian's like, you know, we don't have a farm. Is that okay?
It is 100% okay. For the young people that are not involved in agriculture, they can be advocates for agriculture and help tell the story. One misconception that we have oftentimes is people will say, well, I know 4-H is rooted in agriculture, and we are. However, we have projects in clothing and textiles. We have nutrition projects. We have family and consumer sciences programs where young people learn how to bake, how to sew, all those essential life skills that are still for rural and urban youth, but not necessarily ag directly related.
What have you seen as far as growth when you see a student come in a young grade and then they, you know, head on to college? What are you seeing in that way?
So I may get a little emotional because
okay.
My wife and I don't have biological children, but when you have hundreds of thousands of youth you work with, it feels like you've got all of these children are your own. I have seen countless youth that have started 4-H. They were shy. They were in the corner. They didn't want to get up and give their very first speech. And now, you know, I've been doing this for over 20 years. They show up. They are excited about what they have learned in 4-H. They're going into careers that just blow my mind. Electrical engineering.
Wow.
We have 4-Hers that are in the legislature. I mean, the skills they learn and develop through 4-H, it makes my heart warm because I realized I got to be a very, very small part of that. And, you know, you mentioned earlier about, you know, the fact that I lead the organization, and I do, but we've got staff on the county level, the regional level, the state level. volunteers, people that are pouring themselves into these young people, thousands of them.
And these young people are taking on leadership roles in their own communities and in their schools.
They are. We have young people now, not only are they 4-H officers in their local clubs where they're learning the foundation, we have youth serving on school board. We have youth that are involved in county commission meetings, that are showing up for county activities because they're learning the idea of youth and governance through 4-H, and they're showing up. They know parliamentary procedure. They know how to conduct those meetings. They know how to speak and have their voices heard. And to toot our own horn a little, they learned so many of those skills in 4-H.
Oh, that's beautiful. So you guys are here at the fair. You have this building. People can come in and learn. What can they take in or soak in while they're here?
Sure. So this is the 4-H and FFA building. When you walk in the doors, you're going to see scarecrows, first of all, that we've had. You probably have already seen those already, but we've got all kinds of scarecrows that the 4-Hers have developed. Inside the building, you'll see all kinds of exhibits promoting 4-H and FFA. And then every night of the fair, our 4-Hers are out here doing educational sessions around STEM, around dairy foods, around nutrition. Things that young people are interested in. They're teaching lessons so these youth can go home and even share that with their parents. So we're all about hands-on learning. We're all about interactivity. We're all about giving young people the skills that they need to go out and be successful involved in our programs.
Wonderful. You just introduced me to a young man that's also here, and he serves in a special role as far as 4-H is concerned. Who is he and what is his role?
Sure. So Cade Simmons, he is a 4-H member in Van Buren County. Cade was just recently elected at State 4-H Roundup to serve as State 4-H president. Okay. So Cade leads a group of 21 high school students as the presiding officer, and he is the spokesperson, the official leader for over 152,000 4-Hers across Tennessee. So he has a huge job, does it extremely well, an outstanding, bright young man, and he presides at all of our events, helps guide me and my team on making decisions along with his peers. But Cade is top notch and was just elected our State 4-H president.
That's beautiful. As we go to break, we're going to hear from Cade and what 4-H means to him, why he got involved, and why he is sticking with 4-H. We'll have that from Cade momentarily. But Justin Crowe, thank you so much. Director and 4-H State Program Leader for Tennessee 4-H Youth Development. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
So my 4-H involvement started back in the 4th grade, and a lot of it I'll give credit to my brother, because he was the one who really encouraged me to pursue it, mainly because of the experiences he was getting, especially in public speaking and leadership. And then those are skills that I also just picked up, and those also been my passions, is public speaking and leadership. Throughout my experiences in 4-H, those have been my passions, and you know, they've just kept me going through 4-H all the time and ever since. My favorite experiences in 4-H are watching some of my close friends and all the Tennessee 4-Hers succeed, because while I appreciate the experiences I've had, I think that's why I love the Tennessee 4-H program so much, is because I get to watch so many bright youth who continue working each and every day to build up their careers and their skill sets and make new friends, and those experiences have meant more than anything to me.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
Hi, I'm Brady McAtamney, sports editor at Main Street Clarksville, and this is a Sports Minute. It was a tough week for football teams around the county, except for two. Clarksville High beat Montgomery Central 56-0 to open up the season, and Kirkwood got their first ever win in program history, beating Sycamore 49-48 in double overtime. It was a thrilling game, down 22 points in the fourth quarter, coming back, tying the game, and winning it in overtime. Unfortunately, Montgomery Central, as I noted, as well as Kenwood, Rossview, Northeast, Northwest, and West Creek all lost their football games. But of course, football is not the only sport going on right now. For volleyball, Clarksville High is having a big start to their season, as well as Northwest. Kenwood got a big win over Kirkwood, as well as Northwest beating West Creek in their first ever district game against each other in District 14 3A. Soccer season is also in full swing as Clarksville High and Rossview are off to strong starts, and West Creek as well is 2-0.